Yeah, the procedure is clear. Marketer will apply to DPR to get a DPR to get permit instead of going to PPRA. And by the time DPR now will go and assess your tanks, will assess your storage facilities, and you know there should also be the policy of open carrier regime, whereby we can still utilize the tanks made by NNPC. That's what we call, once we can assess those also, it will also assist and help. Most of these 21 depots are just left there empty and doing nothing. So we can still utilize them also. So those people that have their own tank farms, and we can also utilize the NNPC tank farms. With that, it will reduce the cost of even moving the product from one end of the country to the other. But so by using NNPC facilities and also using our own private facilities, it will usually allow for importation. Once you have the facility or you have an agreement with facility owners, you can now go in and bring in your product.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because...
And then DPR will also be involved because they have to check the kind of quality of the product you are bringing.
Yeah, but when you deregulate, you open up the sector, so marketers, everybody will be out there to make money. If they remove those buffers, all those equalization fund, are you still going to be making use of those tank farms for free?
You see, the triple charges, which the government will also benefit from that. We'll pay government some charges to use their own facilities. We also use our other private tank farms. People can also, the throughput has been ongoing.
Yeah,
so you can use throughput to bring in product and then sell, and maybe with a meager, you can pay in some meager amount of money.
Isn't it basic then that if you pay those monies that you're not paying before, if you then pay them when it's privatized, you definitely build it into your ultimate, your cost eventually, and that will affect the price of the fuel? Wouldn't it?
No, throughput has been there. Throughput has been there. Even as at now, 80% of the fuel distribution, government pay excessive throughput. And this is part of the problem we have been facing.
How about as it has to do with the tank farms? Do you pay
Because they are not
anything?
using their facilities.
So ultimately you think that...
yeah, we do pay. People that...
Go ahead.
So you see, as a matter of fact, let's just give a trial. And I know, as a fact, by the time, it's just an issue of market forces, where this person bring his own product, the other person bring his own product. I'm assuring you, I know NNPC will continue importation also. So let's put off the whole thing in the table and see it and experiment it for 3 months.
What would you recommend be done if we fully deregulate and maybe marketers or different groups come together and say, well, we can't sell below this price, no matter what any agency or any group or any person says, this is the price for which we will sell. If that happens, how would you recommend agencies or the country handles it?
No, you see, there is no way we can go the same way because we have over 3 to 4 tiers. We have the independent marketers, we have the moorman, we have the majors, we have the... So there are so many people. So there is no way we can all sit down and say, we're all businessmen. I cannot just tie down my money because another person is saying that I must sell. No. People want to do a turnover. So we'll bring in our product and sell. It's the issue of market. So there is no way somebody can dictate again.
If we go ahead with that decision, ultimately, you say between 2-3 months, give us an idea, how much will they sell for within those first 3 months?
Yeah, as at now, the landing cost is about 93, 94 naira per liter. I'm assuring you with some other expenses, it will not go, you know, the whole thing, the price is blowing, that it will be around 30, 130, 120. No, it's not true. By the time you allow the massive importation, what I'm assuring is that at the end, the highest you can pay is about 100 naira or less. And with time, it will continue to come down. Because, mind you that by the time you open up the system, so many people are ready to bring in refineries into the country. Because most of the bottleneck is that there is a regulated market. But now that there is no regulated market, You are not encouraging investors. You are encouraging people that hide their money in other sectors to come into the oil sectors. With that competition, I'm assuring you that the refining capacity, and NNPC are also refining, the three refineries are also refining. Then there are other people that are now bringing in more modular refineries and other refining system. So before you know it, the price will now start coming down. Coming down.
How do you see us overcoming the challenge of trucking or piping the products from the depot to getting to the ultimate destination?
Yeah, you see, the challenge of trucking has been there, and we have been faced with, we have been battling with that because of this vandalization and other things. But I'm assuring you, we as marketers who have been in the business of trucking for years, so it's not an issue. It's not a new thing. We will still we will still load our truck and take it to interlands. Other ones will also load their truck and discharge to their stations. It will not be an issue. But we know that the issue of vandalization has been a very serious threat to the system, and the government should look inwards, collaborate with marketers, collaborate with other stakeholders, so that we can bring solution to this menace of vandalization.
Alhaji Pasari, you know, when you talk about trucking and availability of products, currently some of your members have complained about the fact that the NNPC depots have not been maintained or refurbished in a very long time. Some of them are not even as functional as they should be. How long do you think it will take for them to come upstream before this regulation policy steps in and then you're able to get the products from them?
You see, the issue is there is a years of neglect. The past administration has made it in such a way that it has made it difficult to pump petroleum products with all excuses of vandals and other things. Some depots were not vandalized. For instance, Pt.2 to Aba, even there's a time that our marketers were even the one doing pipeline surveillance. There is no encouragement. So all we are saying in a nutshell is that the government and the stakeholders and the marketers should all have a stake in trying to protect the pipeline. And with that, it will really assist, because you can still pump products from one angle to the other. As of now, the independent marketers were collaborating with civil defense, and the security, other security agencies should also join first, so that we can now put in a very serious surveillance on the pipeline. With open access carrier regime, that will solve the problem, because any private person that bring in his product, you must make sure that the line is good, or else we can still use trucking. Trucking will continue we can still truck our product to the destinations.
Well, did you support the plan to deregulate the sector when the last administration suggested it?
Yeah, as of now, you see, there's confidence in this government. People have confidence in this government, because, and that is why if they say, okay, don't deregulate, some of us say, yes, let's deregulate, let's give it a try. Because as of now, there is element of checks in the system. There is element of sincerity in the government. And that is why marketers are now saying, okay, we are ready. But in those days, where people know that the country is not, there's a lot of things happening at the center. So nobody is now supporting the issue of the regulation then. But as at now, people have confidence in this government, and they feel that something good is trying to come up. So we should regulate, so that we cannot be wasting a lot of resources on something that is not supposed to.
Alhaji Danladi Pasali, National Secretary of IPMAN, thank you for talking to us today on the program. And that's where we'll draw the curtains as well today. We thank you all for watching and for sending in your comments. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
I'm Neo Taibe. Have a good day.
Many thanks. I'm Sulaiman. I'll see you again.